What's going up, guys? This is Genie the Great, and it's another Write With Me Wednesday. So the last video, I really apologize for the audio lag, weird stuff. I just felt like since I was writing it with you guys, the story, writing it with you guys, and then reading it to you like off the cuff, it really would have been less authentic if I re-recorded it. And maybe if it was like an update video or something, I would definitely record that again and fix everything, but I just felt like that one had to be kind of like candid, I guess, and I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys could still listen to it and enjoy it or laugh at it or think it's stupid or whatever you want, but I'm sorry about that. Hopefully this goes better. I was having some technical difficulties in that one because I didn't know what I was doing. It was kind of like I had the idea and I was like, I'm gonna do that with you guys. So this is kind of, I don't even know what this video is gonna be. I literally picked up the camera. I'm gonna go sit down. But I literally picked up the camera because I have to film a video, and today, I think it's Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday, and I've been working like freaking crazy. Like, oh my god, I don't even know the last day I had off, and it's almost 9 o'clock now. Okay, so I googled like drinking games for writers, and nothing really interesting popped up. There were a few things, but you need people for that, and it still seemed fairly boring. So I decided, I don't know how my mind was like, oh, you should do this, but I googled my professor, and one of my creative writing professors I had, and I just walked up the stairs and now I'm out of breath. Like, I need to go exercise. But anyways, alright, so I googled him, and I'm like trying to find anything he's written, and so my school has actually made like a document of his published works and whatnot, and like a whole big list, and like seminars and everything. So one thing he wrote, it's just like, it's real short. It's like a page and a half. It's called, it's called, this is written by my professor, it's called Penis Learns How to Sing. So what we're gonna do is read this. I'm gonna read it out loud. For the record, this is public. This is on the internet. I just googled it. It popped up. It's here. I'm reading it. So I hope somehow he doesn't see this video and like sue me. This is not my work. This is his work. His name is Ted Pelton, and all this is his work. This is not mine in any way. I'm not claiming it, and Ted Pelton wrote it. If you like it, it's Ted Pelton. Okay, so how we're gonna make this a drinking game, I got myself some drink, and now we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna read this every time. I haven't read it. I've read like the first line, and I've read the title. And, okay, every time it says the word penis, I'm gonna drink. Every time I laugh, or, smile enough, I'm gonna drink. Every time it says woodchuck, he writes a lot of stories about a woodchuck. I'm just from reading the titles of his stuff, apparently, but I saw the word woodchuck in the first sentence, so anytime that happens, let's see. And, I don't know, by the end of the video, I'm gonna drink this. I don't know, let's just fucking do it. Like, let's fucking do it, okay? I don't know. He's like the only other person ever who like encouraged me to write in any way whatsoever. Anyone else is like, oh, that's cool, but they don't really encourage it. I wrote a story in his class, like, I wrote several stories, but one of them in particular, he told me, he's like, I think that could get published. And that has been the nicest thing anyone has ever said about my writing. So, kudos to you, Dr. Pelton, if you're for some fucking reason watching this. I'm sorry if you are, like, fuck. But let's get into it. I'm just gonna start by taking a drink. It's Bud Light Lime. It's my favorite drink, which, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't really drink anymore, but I guess if I'm drinking, it's gonna be this or some kind of beer. Alright, let's go. Alright. Penis Learns How to Sing. Alright. Here we go. If you have heard the stories of Woodchuck, you know that Woodchuck was always losing his penis, which he carried in a box, but never locked. That's 3. This would be more fun with shots, but I would be wasted already if it was shots. Should I link this? I think I'm gonna link it. Link it in the description. It's posted on the Brooklyn Rail. I'll link it if you want to read it. Once he lost his penis, he went madly searching for it everywhere because he knew what trouble could result if he didn't find it. What possessed him to write this? Like, is this a metaphor? During one of these times, when Woodchuck's penis was at large, a traveling opera company was passing through. I think that's like 3 drinks, I don't know. Basically, I'm just gonna read this and drink a beer. Drink with me if you're old enough, and if you're not, that's fine. Go ahead and drink too, because fuck laws, I guess. Alright. So weird. The diva of the opera was loved by one and all, but those who knew her personally knew that she was also a tyrant. I just want to point out, I've stumbled on this several times already, so I'm probably doing this story no justice. My professor always said, like, it's good to hear the words from the writer themselves, so I wish I could call him up and be like, yo, read me this. But I can't. Alright. This is an outrage, she yelled at her handlers. None of what I requested is in this room. How could you have me sleeping in such a bed as I was forced to sleep in last night? Whoever heard of a person of my stature having to endure such indignities? Sounds like a bitch. She ordered her handlers out of sight. Begone, she said, and waved her arms with finality. In truth, it was something of a ritual for the diva who needed to raise her emotional level in order to bring herself to the pitch of passion needed for her performances. But as she reached the door to shut the last of her handlers out, she heard a noise behind her. She turned around and discovered Woodchuck's penis had found its way into her room. What does a woodchuck penis look like? Well, said the diva. Now this is something. I have heard of you. We could use someone of your talent in our company. Tell me, do you sing? I don't even want to read this next line. Oh, I gotta drink. Alright. I'm sorry. I'm fucking 12. I'm 12. Penis stood silently, pulsing. I want to confront him about this. I have to send him an email, but no, I can't. Don't send your professor an email about a penis story. Okay. I see you nodding, said the diva. But I don't hear anything coming from your mouth. Come. Try to sing. Follow my lead. And the diva sings scales. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, I shouldn't have sang that. I'm sorry to all of your ears. That was ear rape. And a beautiful alto. Alto. Penis arched up and tried to open his mouth as wide as he could, but no noise came out. This is like, what the fuck? I hope he was my age when he wrote this. What if he wrote this, like, when was this published? Oh. This was written in 2009. He was a grown-ass man in 2009. He was a grown old man with kids in 2009. That was, what, 8 years ago, maybe? 8 years. How old is he now? Like, 58? He's probably like 50 when he wrote this. Maybe like 45, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. No, said the diva. She put a hand with outstretched fingers against her stomach. From here, she said, from the diaphragm. Again, penis strained, but no sound came out. I hope my professor never sees this video. I hope no one ever sees this video, like, that I know personally. Or that knows him personally, because that could be embarrassing. Alright. Well, he probably has, like, this whole deep message for the story, and I'm just ruining it by, like, laughing like a 12-year-old. The diva came over to him. From here, she said, and pressed his middle. Feel it. I've totally, like, thrown caution to the wind with, like, the rules of the drinking game. I'm just reading and drinking now. I haven't even followed the actual guidelines I set for myself. Whatever. This video is fucking, like, terrible. Like, everyone's gonna unsubscribe. Okay. At this, penis seemed to find some deep reserve within him and began to vibrate. Oh my god, I'm just picturing him in our classroom, like, thinking of this story. Which I know I just had in, like, a year ago, but... Oh my god, like, I could just picture... He was a professor at this time, and I could just, like... He's just sat here in class, probably thinking of the story, or sitting in his office grading stuff. Or in a meeting with his fucking supervisor or some shit, thinking of this fucking penis vibrating and singing... Which is a huge innuendo for, like, a boy going through puberty, probably. He emitted a soft but growing tenor hum. Very good, said the diva. Yes, I think there's a place for you here. Most definitely, she said. Just then, there seemed to be commotion outside the room. Diva's room was at the top of a staircase, and someone was heard rushing up the stairs. Quick, said the diva. I think someone is after you. Hide under my skirt. Dr. Pelton! What the fuck? Oh, this is awesome. Oh my god, I wish I would have read this when I was in this class. The diva was wearing a floor-length skirt, which she raised up for penis to hide beneath. Woodchuck burst into the room, and without introduction began scurrying all around looking for his penis. Who are you? Shouted the diva. My voice just cracked so bad. Sorry. I'm going through puberty too, apparently. This is highly unusual. Coming into my room without first having yourself announced? Woodchuck paid the diva no mind, and was now rummaging in her closet. The diva was about to seize him bodily when she found him when from under her skirt, penis again began to hum. Oh. Ooh, said Diva without meaning to. I'm fighting everything in me not to send this professor an email and be like, love the story, bro. Oh my god. Ooh. Woodchuck stopped what he was doing and looked at her. He grew in size as he was able to do. Now they were equal in stature. Yes, yes, said the diva, trying to think quickly. You're wondering why I am humming. Well, the answer is very simple, really. It is this. Let me see how should I explain it to you. Of course, the diva was stalling for time, but it wasn't working because under her skirt, penis was still humming. This wasn't helping her concentration much either. My professor is a freak. Okay. Yes, said Diva at last. It is this. You see, I'm a very highly trained opera singer, and it has taken me years and years to reach this level of talent. So even when I am not on stage singing, my voice is so powerful that it keeps humming inside me, even in moments like these. It is sort of like an engine that idles even when it is not accelerating. Woodchuck merely stared at her. The diva took advantage of his pause and regained her houcher? I don't know what that word is. I should Google it and then use it in my stories, like I do with all words I don't know. But what you have not explained is why you have barged into my room without so much as an explanation. This is an outrage. I demand that you leave this instant. Woodchuck had searched everywhere there was to search in her room, it seemed. There was only one more place he could think of that he had not yet searched. But the diva... I hope Logan is watching this. Shout out to you, Logan. I'm about to text you and tell you to watch my newest Write With Me Wednesday. And then you can know what Dr. Pelton has been up to. Alright. Because he goes to that school. That's why, guys. Okay, whatever. But the diva's will was now too strong to be overmastered. Do you hear me? She said. Out! Woodchuck quickly left the room. The diva went over to the door behind him and locked it. Penis came out from under her skirt. He glistened somewhat with what must have been perspiration, for it was very hot under there. Oh my god, Dr. Pelton, what the fuck is wrong with you? And as for you, said the diva, and then she smiled. Yes, I do think there is a place for you with our company. You sing so beautifully. In fact, I think I'd enjoy lying back right now and listening to you sing some more. This is erotica. My professor has written erotica, Dr. Pelton. I fucking love it. Keep going. Write some more, send it to me. I'll fucking read it and review it, and I've said the F word like 3,000 times. That was the story, guys. I'm gonna just stop. You know, you always think, like, people that you know that are not supposed to be, like, dirty or, you know, immoral in any way, are, like, not, like, your parents, your teachers, professors, your people you work with, you're, like, you picture them in this perfect godly image, no matter what, like, their religion is, I guess. I made the reference, but, like, this, like, perfect image of, like, a wholesome image. A wholesome image. And then you read The Penis Learns How to Sing, and it's just like, okay, so I just recorded that whole thing and realized that I hadn't written anything, so this is not going to be a Write With Me Wednesday, although I will upload on Wednesday. But yeah, reading that really kind of explains some shit that happened in this class. So I think I mentioned this in the last Write With Me Wednesday. I said, like, I wrote a really, really, really inappropriate story, and I just wrote it so fast that because it was a writing exercise, I didn't go back and read what I had written. And then he was like, does anyone want to read theirs in the class? And I was like, because I knew what I had was good, so I was like super excited. I was like, oh yeah, I'll read it. And he was like, he even made a joke. He was like, well, that wasn't hard to, like, because I was so eager to read it. And as I was reading it out loud, I realized what I had written, and I was like, I literally stopped, and I was like, I said a couple inappropriate things, but it was kind of funny, and the class was laughing. And then there was something, like, really inappropriate in it. And it was sexual. It wasn't, like, inappropriate, like, mean to anybody. It was just sexual. And, I stopped and I was like, oh my god. Like, literally in front of the class, I was like, oh my god, this is really inappropriate. And he's right next to me and he's cracking up. He's like, well, you might as well now. You've already said everything else that you've said. And so I finished my story and the class fucking cracked up. Like, it was really funny. I'm glad they took it so well. Because they really could have been assholes about it or made me feel embarrassed. But I was embarrassed. But it was also, like, they really did enjoy the story. And he was cracking up. But I guess that kind of explains, like, he didn't give a shit because, like, look what he wrote. Like, talk about inappropriate. I didn't talk about fucking, like, fucking. I just talked about penises and old women. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this little video. Yeah, like I said, not a Write With Me Wednesday, I guess, because I didn't write anything. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys for the next video. So, stay motivated, stay inspired, stay weird as shit, because that's awesome, and stay happy. See you guys.